one bowl blank. Now this is a very simple jig. I'll say hello to you with difficulty because my face has become paralysed on one side. It's only a temporary thing, hopefully. It's called Bell's palsy, so it makes it very difficult to talk, and it doesn't look very nice. That's why you haven't got the pleasure of seeing my face today. However, I have some time off work as a result of this, so I have time on my hands, so I thought I'd get into the shop and do a bit of jig making. I apologise again if you can't hear me properly, but that's a result of the condition. However, how do we make it? Very simple. What I decided to do was to use some, this is only a prototype of course, was to use some, this is actually an old kitchen door, and I've got a load of this stuff off one of my relatives who's had a new kitchen, and it's brilliant for making jigs, templates and so on and so forth. However, as a result of scouring the internet for a circle cutting jig, this is the one I came up with. It's not exactly the same, but it's fairly close. So basically you start off with your piece of wood. What it consists of is as follows. You start off with your piece of chosen timber and cut a slot for the blade to travel down, and all I've done here is put a piece of wood there which goes against the side and a runner that goes into the tracking, and that means it goes back and forth. Now the important thing here is that the blade, when the blade comes to that position, that is where you draw a line perpendicular at right angles to the front of the blade, and then drill your holes. I mean, there are other ways of doing this where you can make a slider so that you can have an infinite amount of radii. My lathe only takes up to a 16-inch bowl, so I can cut a 8-inch radius, 16-inch diameter bowl on this jig. The reason for the block here is when I run this through to cut, I decided, right, that's where I need. It gives me the 16 inches there. Placed a stop here, so I know every time that this goes in, it's going to stop at the right place. At the right place for the blade. That's really a block of wood clamped on with a clamp like so, and that just fits on there, and then we know that it's at the right, it's going to stop at the right position. I do apologise again for the inaudible noise I'm making, but I can't help that. It's a brilliant little jig, and very, very easy to make. Obviously you can use nicer materials and so on and so forth, and that's all there is to it. Okay, the reason for having the stop here is that obviously if it was right up there, you couldn't actually start because you've got a square bit of wood, you've got nowhere for the blade to start. So you can start on the square, and like I did here, and you start, push it through until it comes to the stop, and you're making your cut. You made your cut to there, and then you can start to turn your blank, and it cuts the circle, and that's it. A little bit of dowel on there, just take that in, take it out, whatever. A 3-inch radius obviously gives you this 6-inch diameter bowl, and so it goes on. And you just need to find the centre of your blank and decide where you want to put it. As I say, possibly a better idea, which I might incorporate into another one if I should do it, but knowing me I won't, because this prototype, as long as it keeps working, I shan't waste time making a nice looking one when this does the job quite adequately. So that's all you need. An old kitchen door, a couple of runners, one to run along the end. You could actually put another runner there instead of doing what I've done here, because originally I just had this and obviously it wasn't stable enough when I was putting it through. So that is basically all you need to do. And you have a circle cutting jig that cuts perfect circles. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers now.